Hi, I'm Curtis Hicks with Uneeda. It's a pleasure to be with you to tell you a little bit more about a product we have out called Filmtek. That's the fastest growing product we have for disc and cut sheet sanding. Filmtek, as you can see, is blue in color. It's aluminum oxide coated to a film backing. And what film is, the type of backing that is, it's made of plastic. So the really cool thing about being a film back product is it gives you the best of both worlds when you're comparing paper to cloth. And traditionally, cloth has always been known to be the most durable product, especially on edges, where a lot of times when you're sanding, no matter what the substrate is, you tend to use edges more so than the middle, especially if you're working on anything that's not flat. So edge wear has always been a big issue. Cloth always was the best answer for that. The problem with cloth was it didn't finish like paper. Paper, the grain is coated to a nice pressed flat paper, so you're getting a very even coating. So your grain tips are much closer to being level than they would be on cloth, because cloth is woven and the grains fall down into those weaves and you have a bump everywhere you have a weave. Then along came film. Film was third to the scene. Film combines the best of both properties. So film, being plastic, has excellent edge wear. You can't tear it. It's just as durable as cloth. And then in addition, because plastic is even flatter to coat grain to than paper, you get a very, very consistent finish out of this. So if you had to pick only one disc, in my opinion, Filmtek would be the way to go, because it really fills the role of what you get out of cloth and paper. This is, again, as I mentioned, aluminum oxide. There is another feature to it that's very helpful to you, in that it's sterrated. What a steration is, it's basically a simple way to look at it. It's almost like adding a soap into the mix of this to give it some lubrication. Some products are sterrated with a top coat, so if they're sterrated that way, they look a little bit hazy white on top. The steration for this one is in the resins, so you don't necessarily see it on the top coat, but it's very effective in the resins. And what this steration does is two things. It helps the disc run cooler, and heat is the biggest detriment to sanding, so anything you can do to run cooler is better. And then in addition, the steration actually helps the substrate shavings, whether it's metal, whether it's wood. It tends to, the shavings of whatever you're sanding tend to get caught up between the grains. And when that happens, it starts loading your disc, kills the life of it, or you start burning parts. That steration acts like a lubricant, so it helps those particles slide out, or either push them more into your dust extraction holes if you're doing dust extraction with your disc. We make this product predominantly in 5 and 6 inch disc. We manufacture it with PSA sticky back like this one. We also manufacture it with hook and loop for your Velcro back machines. We can also cut it into sheets. It's very good on machines such as this in cut sheets. We also do it in all the vented holes that are common. We do 5x5 hole, 5x8 hole, 6x6 hole, many other patterns. You know, if you have one that you need us to take a look at, we're happy to take a look at it. So Filmtek, it's a great product. That plastic backing gives it extremely good strength, durability, good edge wear, which is very important, and an excellent finish. Thank you so much for visiting Uneeda. If we can help you, just give us a shout or email us at sales@uneeda.com.